Okay, fine. How are you, good people? I hope I find you well on our topic here, quadratic formula, right? So remember yesterday we said for us to be able to solve such an equation, it should be in the form of a x squared plus bx minus c is equals to 0. As long as can equation here do we see in this form here, x squared plus bx minus c is equals to 0, you cannot solve it. And remember we said the difference between an equation and an algebraic expression is that an equation in this equal sign it is equals to 0, whereas an algebraic expression is merely a combination of terms, right? So let's say for example we have an equation yakanzi x squared minus 7x minus 8 is equals to 0. The first step is to determine whether this equation is in the form of a x squared plus bx minus c, right? So we have x squared here, which is equals to this ax squared. We have this minus 7x, ndopana x wedu. Then we have this minus 8, ndo inoratidza uc wedu. So it means kana waona kuti yes, this equation is in the accepted mode. You can solve it through the quadratic formula. Remember we said quadratic formula, you should have an a there, you should have a b there, you should also have a c there, right? So our a is the number iripana x squared. Pana x squared peda pa pakangonzi x squared. Saka kumets kana pana pakangonzi x squared, it means there is a 1 there. So our a is equals to 1. Then pana x pedwa up ndo up. So the value of our b is the number iripana x. So our b there is a minus 7. Remember we said my vanofamba nemwana wake. So our ndiye mwana, the sign before our number. Then the value of our c is this last number. So our c will be equals to a minus 8. So now we know that our a is equals to 1, our b is equals to a minus 7, our c is equals to a minus 8. Takwisa the quadratic formula. Our quadratic formula, it follows that our x or the value of our known will be equals to so we are saying for us to find this value of our unknown, which is an x will be equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, and everything at this square root, we are saying everything will be under 2a. Sakapa chaneti wakosta kuzot a wedu ndiani, b wedu ndiani, c wedu ndiani, wakungosika uchisa ma values. So you should know this formula by heart. We are saying x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, and everything is all over 2a. Sakata kwisa minus b takwenda pana b, so we are saying minus b, our b is minus 7. Plus or minus square root of b squared kana chinu chika square. Any positive or any negative number okay square, it becomes positive. Saka kuti minus 7 squared nekuti 7 squared is the same, because if we square any number, the outcome there becomes a positive. So we are saying b squared, which is a minus 7 squared, or rather a 7 squared, minus 4 ac. We are saying our a, which is a 1, times a c times a minus 8. And we are saying everything here is over 2a. 2, what's our a? It's 1. Okay, so we are saying our x is equals to 7 plus or minus square root of 49 minus 4 minus 8. So remember our rule of BODMAS, we should remove brackets first. So it will be equals to 7 plus or minus 49 minus 4 times a minus 8. A minus and a minus becomes a plus. 8 times 4 is 32 all over 2. So which is equals to 7 plus or minus 49 plus 32 is 81 all over 2. So we are saying for us to remove this square root sign, we should find the square root of 81. Our square root of 81 is equals to 9. So it's either 7 plus or minus 9 all over 2. Therefore, it means that 7 plus 9 over 2 is equals to x, or 7 minus 9 over 2 is equals to x, right? So 7 plus 9, that is 16. 16 over 2 is equals to 8. So our x is either 8 or 7 minus 9 becomes a minus 2 all over 2. 2 into 2 there, 1, 2 there, 1. So our x is either 8 or a minus 1. Therefore, our x is equals to 8 or minus 1. This is the quadratic formula.